Every word that is spoken is a decree that manifests itself on the outside. The word is the thought spoken. This phrase is taken from one of Conny Méndez' works, The Little Blue Book. This book is responsible for making one of Conny Méndez' students manifest 1 million in just 1 month. But how did she do it? Well, stay until the end of this video, where I'll give you the secrets contained in this book to manifest all the prosperity that the universe has in store for you. Conny Méndez was born in Venezuela, and among the many attributions she had in her life, Conny dedicated herself to writing about the metaphysical universe and how to achieve prosperity through it. Sometimes, books dealing with metaphysics are heavy and complex. They need to be read and reread to reach understanding. But Conny thought differently. Conny had already written her book Metaphysics 4-in-1 with complex and difficult to understand languages. With that, Conny had the bright idea of writing a book that was easy to understand, revealing the secrets behind many concepts of metaphysics in a way that everyone could understand. This book was named The Little Blue Book and is responsible for many manifested fortunes. I wish such thing, in harmony for the whole world and according to the divine will, under grace and perfectly. Thank you, Father, because you have already heard me. These words depart from Conny's teaching to manifest in your life everything you want. And for how we can achieve harmony through desire, Conny explains. Every time we hear or read something new, unknown to us, cells that were dormant in our brain awaken. The second time we run into that new idea, we understand it a little better. The moved cells start working on the idea, and after a short time, the light is made in our head. That is, we accept the idea, adopt it, and put into practice automatically. This is how we wake up, learn, evolve, and move forward. It is not necessary to make superhuman efforts to get things through our heads. It's a natural process. Of course, we must put on a part of the willingness to reread, and reread until we feel that we learned is automatic. That is all. What you think, you manifest. This is the principle that Conny follows. For Conny, we are made of energy, and the universe responds to energy. With that, when we express thoughts in energy form, the universe will respond, whether that thought is positive or negative. Therefore, Conny warns that it's of fundamental importance that we be cautious with our thoughts, as we can manifest in our lives not only bad things, but that flee from our goal. With that, Conny expresses, learn the great truth. What you think is manifested. Thoughts are things. It is your attitude that determines everything that happens to you. Your own concept is what you see, not only your body and character, but externally, in their living conditions, materially, yes, just as you hear. Thoughts are things. Now you see, if you're in the habit of thinking that you have a healthy constitution, whatever you do, you always be healthy. But you change your way of thinking. You allow yourself to be instilled by the fear of illness and start to get sick. You lose health. If you were born into wealth, you'll always be rich, unless someone convinces you that that is destiny, and you start to believe that yours can change accordingly because that is how you're believing. Your life, what happens to you, obeys your beliefs and what you express in words. It is a law, a beginning. Do you know what a principle is? It is an invariable law that never fails. This law is called the principle of mentalism. Conny teaches that in addition to our thoughts being able to co-create our prosperity and makes us manifest what we so desire, our thoughts are also capable of shaping what we do. So if by expressing the thought that such thing is not for us, that we'll never be able to reach that goal. In addition to us not manifesting this in our lives, our body will work contrary to this goal. And it's understand this, that this goal is not what our mind desires. Instead, we should express thoughts in positive ways that yes, we'll reach that goal. And more than that, we're already one step away from manifesting it. Think with me. Your wish may be to manifest a car. Then you will practice the law of attraction to manifest a new vehicle in your life. Only this car will not appear in your garage. You will go to the dealership to buy it. Therefore, part of our thinking not only influences the universe, it influences our actions as well. We agree that every human mind contains an accumulation of opinions, convictions, or erroneous concepts contrary to the truth and in conflict with the basic principles of creation, and which are perennially manifesting in external conditions all those calamities and sufferings that afflict the being and the world in general: illnesses, accidents, ailments, lawsuits, disharmonies, short ages, failures, and even death. Fortunately, none of this accords with the truth of being. Fortunately, there is a way to erase all these false beliefs and replace them with corrected ones, which not only produce positive, good, happy, and right conditions and circumstances, but, once corrected, the error and established truth in the subconscious, never more negative things can happen in our lives. The order has been changed. The magnet has changed poles. It is absolutely impossible to attract something that does not already find its correspondence in us. The infallible formula is the following: every time something undesirable happens to you, that makes you sick, an accident happens to you, that you're robbed, that you're offended, that you're annoyed, or that you're the cause of some harm to someone else or to yourself, if you're afflicted with a physical, moral, or character defect, if you don't like someone, if you hate them, or if you love them too much and suffer for it, if jealousy tortures you, if you fall in love with someone who belongs to someone else, if you're the victim of an injustice, or if you're the victim of another's domination, the list is endless. So feel in the condition that is affecting you. Know the truth. Thus said Jesus Christ, the greatest of all masters of metaphysics: you will know the truth and will set you free. Truth, the supreme law, is perfect harmony, beauty, goodness, justice, freedom, health, life, intelligence, wisdom, love, happiness. The opposite is appearance. And for Conny, the word is like a decree. Don't be surprised or complain if by expressing it you see it happen. You decreed it. You have given an order that must be carried out. Now remember and never forget, every word you speak is a decree, positive or negative. If it's positive, it manifests itself in good. If it's negative, it manifests itself in evil. If it's against your neighbor, it is as if it were decreed against you. It is returned to you. If you are kind and understanding to others, you will receive kindness and understanding from others towards you. And when something annoying, negative, unpleasant happens to you, have the sincerity and humility to try to remember in what terms you expressed yourself about a neighbor. At what moment did a very old concept rooted there come out of your heart, which perhaps is nothing more than a social custom like the majority of those mentioned above, and which you really have no desire to continue using? So, take into account the thoughts and words signed by you. Words originate from our thought. So, if we think negative things, contrary to our goals, we will speak, and soon we will decree. To manifest the good things in your life, in addition to visualizing and thinking positively, consider your words, because they are what will decree its prosperity. Therefore, at this moment, I invite you to decree your prosperity here in the comments. Create the opportunity you've been waiting for now. If your goal is to manifest a good, write not that you manifest, write that you are deserving and have already manifested. Prosperity runs through you at that moment. If you want to know more about the law of attraction, more videos from our channel are showing on your screen right now. Click and I'll see you there. If you like the video, leave your like to help us grow, and spread this message to more people, and subscribe so you don't miss any